Good, David got it. Okay.
Good. All right. Morning, guys. Back in 1973, there was a young boy from Illinois by the name of Chris, and excuse my pronunciation, I think it's Gritus. At the time of birth, Chris was diagnosed with leukemia and was not expected to live that long. In 1980, at the young age of 7, he was told that he wouldn't live past his 8th birthday. Chris had one dream. That dream was to become a police officer. Luckily for him, he had a few friends of the family that were working out a little meet and greet with the Arizona DPS officers, Department of Public Safety. And so on April 29, 1980, Officer Frank Shankwitz and Officer Jim Eves met Chris and his family at the Arizona DPS headquarters. There they offered Chris and his family a tour, and at the end of the tour they presented Chris with a Smokey the Bear hat and his own personal badge. With that, Chris became Arizona's first and only honorary DPS officer. 3 days later, Chris passed away, and he was given the ceremony of a fellow fallen officer. This act of kindness soon spread around the state, country, and whatnot. And Officer Frank was amazed at how strangers reacted to his act of kindness. The summer following Chris's death, Frank and a few fellow officers got together and had a meet in Arizona. With this meeting, Make-A-Wish Foundation was started. They received their first donation of $15 from a local grocer, and in November of 1980, they received their tax-exempt status as a nonprofit organization. The following spring, the group had raised just over $2,000 and were able to grant their first official wish. Frank Bopsy Salazar, another leukemia patient, had 3 wishes. His wishes were to become a fireman, travel to Disneyland, and ride in a hot air balloon. The group was able to grant all 3 wishes, and on the night of his return to the hospital, Frank passed away happier than ever. Make-A-Wish Foundation is a nonprofit organization formed in the 80s for the benefit of children. Their mission statement, and I quote, "We grant the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions to enrich the human experience with hope, strength, and joy." The group grants a variety of wishes, from allowing kids to practice with pro sports teams, become policemen, become firemen, design NASCAR race cars. Okay. As of today, more than 226,000 kids have had their wishes granted. Last year alone, over 14,000 kids had their wishes granted. And every year, about 27,000 kids are diagnosed with life-threatening medical conditions. And the eventual goal of the group is to grant every wish. Now, how can you help? There are 3 ways: through donations, sponsorships, and volunteering. When you're older, if you're rich, donate some money. If you own your own company and the company's doing pretty well, you can sponsor your local branch, which allows them to fund multiple kids' wishes, anything that's affordable. You can also volunteer at your local branch. Make-A-Wish has branches all over the country with a wide variety of volunteer opportunities at each one. And lastly, if you know a child who is eligible, refer them, and maybe you can be the next person to make a kid's dream come true. So, thank you.